What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Vision YouTube channel. My name is Sebastian, and we are here with the first mock draft of the 2021 NFL offseason. Now, before we get started, I want to let you know that although this is mainly a Cowboys channel, during the draft process, I want to educate all fans across the league. So make sure to subscribe to the Star Vision and tune in to all the draft content, such as mock drafts and player breakdowns. With that being said, let's get right into it. We are here on the Draft Network. This is my favorite, mock draft simulator. We're using Dane Brugler's top 100 draft board. So let's get started. Here at number 1 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is an easy pick. Trevor Lawrence. We all know that's going to be the pick. There we go. Number 2. Now this one's tricky because we don't know the future of Sam Darnold. But as it looks right now, Sam Darnold looking like he's on the way out. So we need to draft a quarterback. To me, the second best quarterback in the draft is Zach Wilson. So here we go. Zach Wilson to the New York Jets. And number 3. So this was the Houston Texans pick, but they traded it away for Laremy Tunsil. So the Miami Dolphins have a top 3 pick and like a top 20 pick. So they're in good hands with that. They almost made the playoffs with a 10-6 record, and they just need to build around Tua if he's their franchise quarterback. So to me, this pick makes a lot of sense. Devonta Smith, he was teammates with Tua in Alabama since their freshman year, and at the recent Senior Bowl, Devonta Smith was with the Miami Dolphins coaching staff, so I just see the connection right there. And I think coming off that Heisman year, that insane season by Devonta Smith, he's just a very talented receiver. Devonta Smith, number 4. Now, Atlanta Falcons, they have a lot of needs. They have a new head coach in Arthur Smith, and they're probably looking into the future. Matt Ryan, he's getting up there in age. He's in his 30s. So what I think they should do is they should definitely take a quarterback. So the ideal situations for rookie quarterbacks is to get drafted and sit a whole year before they can, that transition from college to the NFL is rough. Now, if Justin Fields can sit behind Matt Ryan, like Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith for a whole year, it helps them, get to know the NFL and the everyday life. So Justin Fields to the Falcons. There you go. Make the pick. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals, please protect Joe Burrow, their number 1 pick from last year. He had a horrendous injury in his rookie year, and he was just running for his life. So this is easy pick. Penei Sewell. I hope I said that right. Penei Sewell. I think that's correct. Offensive tackle from Oregon. He's a stud. He can play outside. He can play inside. Just get Joe Burrow protection, please. You saw in the Super Bowl with Mahomes running for his life. It is not fun running for your life. So Sewell, I'm a big fan of him. There we go. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles, this is the NFC East, and I would hate for this to happen. The Eagles are always looking to improve wide receiver. They drafted Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson last year. Was that the right pick? No, it wasn't. So they bounced back this year. They passed up on LSU wide receiver Justin Jefferson last year. So let's try again. Jamar Chase, LSU wide receiver, to help out Jalen Hurts, who is now the QB1 in Philadelphia. The Detroit Lions with the 7th pick. So, they have a whole new coaching staff and front office, so it's kind of hard to predict what the Detroit Lions need to do. They're rebuilding. They got a huge haul of picks, plus Jared Goff from the LA Rams from trading Matthew Stafford. So they're rebuilding, and I have a good feeling Motor City Dan Campbell is going to do something bold, but it's too early in the draft process. We're only in February, So I'm going to go with the safe pick. They need cornerback to alongside Jeff Okudah last year, who struggled, but he was injured. So with a new coaching staff, hopefully he improves this year. So I'm going to go with the best cornerback in this NFL draft, Caleb Farley. Number 8. Now, the Carolina Panthers, I'm a big fan of what they're doing. You know, Matt Rule is building a culture over there. Their defense vastly improved with Jeremy Chin in that secondary, and they have Brian Burns off the edge. So I'm a big fan of the Carolina Panthers in the direction they're going. So, but I'm not a fan of Teddy Bridgewater. They have so many weapons on that offense. They've been in talks for a lot of the quarterbacks in trade rumors, as in Carson Wentz. They were in on the Matthew Stafford. They inquired about Deshaun Watson. So they want to replace Teddy Bridgewater. He's not the quarterback to take them to the promised land. You know, they have Christian McCaffrey, they have DJ Moore, they have Robbie Anderson, and I just think they're a quarterback away from contending. So I'm going to take, as of now, since we don't know their quarterback situation, I'm going to take Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. Number 9. Now, the Denver Broncos, they also need a quarterback, but I think Mac Jones at number 9 is a reach. I'm not a big fan of Mac Jones. So from Alabama, he was a Heisman runner-up, but he only had like 1 year on film. So I'm not a big fan of that. So they recently cut AJ Bouye, saved up like 13 mil. So that was a good move by them. So I'm gonna replace that guy. You know, Patrick Surtain, the second best cornerback in the NFL draft from Alabama, and I just think that's the pick. Patrick Surtain to the Denver Broncos with Vic Fangio. And number 10, you know, this is the Cowboys channel, so let's get a little bit more in depth in this pick. So it's exciting. You know, both cornerbacks are gone. I only see two to three options right here for the Dallas Cowboys. You know, we have Kyle Pitts. Yes, it's an offensive player, but I'm a big fan of best player available. And if Kyle Pitts is there at 10, he's arguably a top 5 player in this NFL draft class. You just don't pass up talent like this. I want to get the best player available instead of reaching for a need who can more likely bust than anything. And that's just not how you build a football team. So here are my options. Kyle Pitts, tight end, Florida. You know, we got Michael Gallup, 1 year left on his deal. If we get Kyle Pitts, maybe we don't have to pay Michael Gallup. And that's just how you build rosters. So, number 2, Rashawn Slater. Yes, he played offensive tackle at Northwestern, but he could play offensive guard right off the bat. So in this scenario, we would have left tackle Terrence Smith, left guard Rashawn Slater, center Tyler Biadasz, right guard Zack Martin, and right tackle La'el Collins. That would be a hell of a line. And once Tyron Smith retires or gets injured, because he's been injury prone, he's in his 30s, and we just got to find his replacement. So Slater can play guard and then eventually move to tackle. So that's another option. You know, that offensive line will be, wow, that would be really good for Zeke and Dak Prescott if he's the quarterback. They still don't pay the man. And number 3, you know, I'm not a fan of Micah Parsons. I'd rather have Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He's a hybrid safety linebacker. I'm just more of a fan of Owusu-Koramoah over Micah Parsons. That's just me. I'm weird. But let's make a pick. You know, I'm rambling a lot. Let's go with tight end Kyle Pitts. Yes, best player available. Give me all the offense. I'm scoring 40 points every game. And hopefully we invest in the defense in free agency. And there's still a whole draft. Don't worry. Don't panic, Cowboys fans. So let's pick it up. New York Giants, you know, Daniel Jones, I think they still have faith in him. I don't know why. He hasn't shown any good these past, he's been in the league for 3 years? He hasn't shown much. So I'm going to go Jaylen Waddle alongside Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. That just looks like a great fit. Number 12, San Francisco 49ers. So they're also exploring options to replace Jimmy Garoppolo. And they have to pay a lot of their guys. You know, Nick Bosa, they have to pay Fred Warner, Trent Williams is a free agent, and they have 2 cornerbacks in Jason Verrett and Richard Sherman entering free agency this year. So I think there's a lot of question marks right there. So this may seem a reach to a lot of people, but I just see this as a 49er pick. You know, Robert Saleh left, so they still want to keep their dominant defense. So I'm a big fan of Jaycee Horn. So Jaycee Horn to the San Francisco 49ers. And number 13, this is an easy pick. You know, Rashawn Slater, if he's at 13, it's an absolute steal for the Los Angeles Chargers. And they need to protect Justin Herbert, please. The offensive rookie of the year. Give him some protection. They have a talented offense, talented weapons around that. Justin Herbert. And yeah, Rashawn Slater, you know, he sat out this past year. But the year before, when they went against Ohio State and against Chase Young, man, Rashawn Slater blocked that fool. Man, Chase Young could not get away from Rashawn Slater, and he's just a talented freak. And there you go. Los Angeles Chargers get their offensive tackle, their blindside for Justin Herbert. Now, I'll speed this up a bit. Pick 14, Minnesota Vikings. Let's see who they get. There's a lot of options available, but they invested in Dalvin Cook. They have a great offense in Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen with Kirk Cousins at the helm. So I think you gotta build on your strengths. Dalvin Cook is a beast. Let's get some more O-linemen to make his career longer in a sense and make life easier for him. So let's go with offensive guard Alijah Vera-Tucker. He played off the tackle for USC this past year, but he's mainly a guard. So I like this pick for the Minnesota Vikings. And number 15, Bill Belichick, you know, first year not making the playoffs. And there's still a talented player in Micah Parsons. Although I do not like Micah Parsons. Should I go on a rant about Micah Parsons real quick? You know, he's athletic. He's super athletic, don't get me wrong. But he's new to the position. And he was a defensive end his whole life. And he's only played linebacker for like 1 to 2 years. And he sat out this past year, so that really I don't like that. And there's been rumors about some maturity issues, and that's not ideal when you're learning a position. But with Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick is the greatest coach of all time. I believe he can get the most out of Micah Parsons, and he'll be a Pro Bowler. That's just what's gonna happen. Micah Parsons, number 15, to the New England Patriots. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, you know, they barely missed the playoffs this year. You know, they got Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins. So let's help the defensive side. You know, Chandler Jones is getting up there in age. He was actually out for this whole year. They need edge support. And my favorite edge in this class is Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. He's similar to Chandler Jones in a sense. You know, he's quick off the edge. And imagine Chandler Jones and Azeez Ojulari on the edges. That's scary for the opposing quarterback. This one water real quick. 13 minutes. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up. My bad. Picks number 17. You know, the Chargers, the Las Vegas Raiders can go in a lot of ways in this. But, you know, Mike Mayock, I don't know, man. I need to get used to how he drafts. You know, his first draft, he reached for that defensive end. I forgot his name. But it was just a reach. You never know with Mike Mayock. Big fan of him, but as a GM, it's still a lot of getting used to. So their defense is horrendous. You know, they got a new defense coordinator in Gus Bradley. And I think they should go with edge rusher. You know, Kwity Paye can offer you edge help, and he can kick it in the interior. So alongside Max Crosby and Kwity Paye, that'll be a really good front for that defense. So Kwity Paye, Michigan, defensive end. Now, the Miami Dolphins, this is their second pick. So their first pick was Devonta Smith. And as much as I want to go off the tackle, there's a lot of offensive tackles in this draft. So they could wait until the second round to fill this need. But there's a player right here that Brian Flores will love. I talked about him before. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, linebacker from Notre Dame. Like I said, he's a hybrid. He's a Swiss Army knife. You know, he's so athletic, and Brian Flores will get the most out of this Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I'm a big fan of this pick, and yeah, to the Dolphins. No, number 19. Now, the Washington football team, you know, they have a really good defense. They have an elite defense with Chase Young, and I could just go all day that front seven, but they don't have a quarterback. You know, they extended Tyler Heineke, but is he really going to make an impact? No. I mean, he was good in the playoffs, but he's not the future. Now, in this pick, you know, bearing what happens in free agency and trades, I just have them going quarterback. Mac Jones, Alabama. Now, the Chicago Bears, they've been in talks for Carson Wentz. So they're looking to move on from Mitch Trubisky. You know, that experiment has been not ideal. So let's get on some protection. You know, they look like they're going to either stick with Trubisky or get Carson Wentz. So let's get Christian Darrisaw. Tremendous value right here, pick number 20. All right, 11 more picks. Let's get it. So again, another team who needs quarterbacks. You know, this quarterback carousel has yet to happen. This is why it's so hard to make a mock draft here in February. You know, this is gonna look rough by the time April hits. But yeah, I like the activity. So, and I really like this pick. You know, defensive tackle Christian Barmore. Now, hear me out. This Colts defense, led by Matt Eberflus, has been very good the past few years since he's been there. Now they traded their first round pick last year for DeVorest Buckner, and he made a huge impact. Now, if you pair Christian Barmore with that interior is going to be insane. And just thinking about it just makes me smile. So Christian Barmore, defensive tackle, Alabama. Tennessee Titans, you know, every offseason I feel like they're looking for edge support. So let's just get straight to it. You know, Jason Owe is still available from Penn State, and that's a good pick. You know, Jadeveon Clowney was disappointing once they signed him. He's a free agent, so they need to fill that edge position. Jason Owe, Penn State defensive end. Number 23. So the New York Jets' first pick was Zach Wilson. So we need to get him a receiver to throw to. Last year they picked Denzel Mims in the second round. He looked promising in the second half of the season. And then Jamison Crowder in the slot. He's a vet. You know, he's been around and he's been impressive. So let's look at the wide receivers. Kadarius Toney is tremendous talent. You know, he was a Senior Bowl guy. He didn't play in the game, but he was very impressive in the practices. But I'm looking for more size. You know, you got DJ Moore 6'3". You got Jamison Crowder 5'9". How does Toney fit that role, fit in that offense? I feel like he could, but I'm a big fan of Rashad Bateman from Minnesota, wide receiver, and that's the pick. You know, he'll be the number 2 receiver alongside Denzel Mims. Pittsburgh Steelers. Now this one I like this one a lot. You know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and I just think the perfect fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers is Najee Harris, running back from Alabama. And James Conner's a free agent. You know, they need to rely on the run game more. You know, I'm not a big fan of James Conner. He's not good to begin with. But Najee Harris, you know, man's a beast. He's a power back, but he also offers catching ability. He could do it all, and I just think this is a home run pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pick number 25. All right, so we took the quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Please get him some help. The question is, who? Let's look at these offensive tackles. Let's look at Jalen Mayfield. Bear with me, guys. I do not know who these offensive tackles are. I know who Sewell, Slater, Darrisaw are, but these guys, let's see. Does this guy look like a Jacksonville Jaguar? Nah. Tevin Jenkins. Oh yeah, this guy looks like a Jacksonville Jaguar. There we go, Trevor Lawrence. I got you some protection. Don't cry. All right. Pick number 26, Cleveland Browns. Now, this one they can go a lot of stuff. They need edge support. They need cornerbacks, and they need linebackers. So I'm gonna give you like a linebacker hybrid edge guy. This is Zaven Collins. I'm a big fan of Zaven Collins. Hold up. Let me pull him up real quick. Zaven Collins, he can rush the passer. He's a linebacker. I'm just a big fan of him, and he'll fit perfect in that Cleveland Brown offense, who did actually make a run in the playoffs. So there you go, Zaven Collins to the Cleveland Browns. All right, we're closing in on the end. Please get Lamar Jackson some receivers. Please get Lamar Jackson some receivers. I'm tired of him throwing to little Hollywood Brown. And I think, let's look at the receivers. Mark Andrews, he needs come on, they went out and signed Des Bryant for support. Come on, man's washed. So I'm gonna take another LSU receiver, Terrence Marshall. He was there with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. He was there in the slot, and he had a tremendous year this past year with a horrible quarterback. So Terrence Marshall Jr. to the Ravens. Let's go. New Orleans Saints. They're going to be a cap hell. Drew Brees looking like he's going to retire. They got Michael Thomas. I feel like they're going to roll with Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. And let's see, their defense, they need a linebacker. I'm a big fan of Nick Bolton. Although he is short, man plays like a huge man. Man lays the boom. He just all around great linebacker. He could cover. He could fill the gaps. He's quick. So Nick Bolton, linebacker, Missouri. Green Bay Packers. All right, let's look at the quarterbacks. We don't trust Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love. Let's go Kyle Trask. I'm just kidding, man. Just get him a receiver, please. And this Kadarius Toney alongside Devontae Adams. Oh my. I love this pick so much. Kadarius Toney, Florida, another Senior Bowl guy. There we go. You're welcome, Aaron Rodgers. You're welcome. Buffalo Bills. Now, Josh Norman is a free agent. They need a cornerback, and Asante Samuel Jr. is my fourth best cornerback in this NFL draft so far. I'm a big fan of him. He's 5'10", he's a short guy. But hey, Tre'Davious White isn't the biggest, but he's been a baller. Asante Samuel to the Buffalo Bills. I really like that pick. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? Patrick Mahomes was running for his life. Oh my God. Get him some offensive linemen, please. Jalen Mayfield to the Chiefs. There you go. You're welcome, Patrick Mahomes. And number 32 to finish the Star Vision Mock Draft 1.0, the Super Bowl champs, Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowl rings. Let's get some help on that defense. Shaq Barrett is a free agent, although they want him to come back. It might be a hefty price, so they need to look for replacements. So I want to pair up Joseph Osai alongside Jason Pierre-Paul, and even if they do get Shaq Barrett, Joseph Osai is a beast from Texas. There we go, 32 picks in the books, and let me know what you guys think. Comment that down below. What's your favorite team? Did I mess up your pick? Let me know in the comments. And this is not the last mock draft I will do. Scroll down real quick, look at your team. Yes, sir. And yeah, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the Star Vision YouTube channel. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and push those post notifications. Oh my God, post notifications for live updates when I post a video. It's the off season. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. I'm gonna keep posting. Cowboys content, draft content. I want to do some podcasts. I want to stream. I have a bunch of ideas, and this is just gonna start this off season. With that being said, stay safe. Peace out.